Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway. Well, we've been given a lineup which suggests a 3-6-1 formation. Jim?
Well, what tends to happen with a puzzling-looking formation like this is that two of the more creative midfielders take up slightly inverted attacking roles to make it a simpler 3-4-3 setup, or indeed 3-4-2-1. That's what should unfold here. At the moment, I admit, it does look a little strange.
Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Sola! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Pullet receives it in a good position here. Thuram calmly anticipates. Sola.
Well, it's safe to say, Peter, we're in the presence of defensive royalty here.
And so what is it that makes Paolo Maldini so regal?
Well, I think the fact that he almost never had to make a tackle says it all. He just doesn't need to. With him, it's all about anticipation, positioning, and reading the game superbly. There's very few who are able to do that at the highest level like him.
Yeah. Played towards the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Now there's a fine ball. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Gattuso unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Sola. He is through here. Fires it in low. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you can see his annoyance.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Maldini. So it is still 0-0. Nicely spread. Cafu is one whose deliveries we all know about.
Cerezo Osaka really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
And this is Pullet. Drilled in low. Rummenigge. Nicely shaped ball. And now the breakaway. Hernes. Aims beyond the defence. Cafu. Now Gattuso. Vieira. And it's Vieira. Makaleli. Ronaldo might just make this. Beckenbauer. Neuer. And it's Makalele. And it's Vieira. Chooses to go crossfield. 30 minutes gone. And here's Hullet. Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. Rummenigge.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Zola. Now Hoeneß. Neymar. Roberto Carlos. And it's Vieira. Gattuso. Beckenbauer. Hullet. Might be danger here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Hullet. And this is Ronaldo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And this is Ronaldo. Oh, sweet feet. Cafu proves just a little bit too strong. Tries a shot! Neymar! One of a type! He's brilliant!
Oh, what a superb finish to this first half from a great player. It's lifted the whole mood of the team and indeed the fans, and it should be enough to ensure they go into the break with a narrow but very welcome advantage. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And we've reached half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Substitution.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how...
Oh, shooting chance! And he hits the net! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Very nicely done. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Played out towards the right wing. Beckenbauer. That has been slung wide. Roberto Carlos delivers. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That is good alertness. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Neymar. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's got away. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one.
He might even be thinking about a pop here, Peter. I'm not sure how wise that might be.
Strokes it back. That's a cute ball. And that is expertly dealt with. Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Cafu. Pirlo. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And they're quick to get it back. Can he get it through? Incoming delivery. Rummenigge. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And they can counter here. And it's ended up in no man's land. That's beautifully... And Salah! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Substitution on the field, number 7.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Number 11.
Maldini
Neymar.
is a man so
Number
notably
20.
robust and resolute in his defending.
Number 23.
Sends it crossfield.
Roberto Carlos.
And it's Davids.
Number 6.
Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's
Coming on the
there.
field.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically
Number
let them
10,
attack it.
Pele. Number 8. McTominay. Number 26. Davids. Number 19.
Ibrahimovic clears it away. Vieira crosses it in. That is a brilliant interception. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Hiroshima clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Over to the left. And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, there's a probing ball. Gattuso cuts it out. Albert Ferrer. Played out to the right. Albert Ferrer. Can he finish? Oh, it's come loose. And that was very necessary. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way.
And he's had a hit! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Oh, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Vieira. This looks promising. Defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pele threads one in. Davids gets into a good position.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. And
it's McTominay. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Takes a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Albert Ferrer. No luck with that dink over the top. That's that, the end. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other.
Konbanwa. Boss さんこんばんは。手を振る。ビビ頑張られてるんですね。拍手。
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
I think it goes without saying, Peter, that Michel Platini will be standout here.
Yeah, a man, of course, who's been idolised by so many, but bettered by almost no man.
Yeah, maybe other players can do it on their day, Peter, but with this fella, he could do it repeatedly. He did it over and over again. It's because he had a wonderful understanding of the game and an incredible ability to read things before everyone else.
And he did it all with style and pizzazz, and that is the signature of the great man himself. And here's Platini. Oh, such a clever touch. Now can he find a... Goes for a shot! And it's a goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Hernes flings it. It's a mighty effort! He has done it! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Hiroshima are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Mbappe.
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Semenyo. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. And here's Mbappe. No way through. And it's Bellingham. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Bellingham with the delivery. Schmeichel deals with that, nice and simple. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. It's a good run down the left-hand side. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. That's a super give and go. Real chance! It's loose now, and again! And he's there to clear it. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Semenyo. The referee's awarded a free kick. Gerrard can see things, others simply cannot. Now he's got space here. Oh, he's found support out wide. He is just caressing the ball. Oh, well played. Now it's Semenyo, and that's been intercepted. Now it's Mbappe. Pirlo. That pass has been well intercepted. That pass isn't the best. Gerrard. And here's Hullet. Showing good feet. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And the finish! Now that is commitment to the cause.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
He's on it, can he get away? And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is as far as they're going to go. Platini is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Messi. Bellingham gets into a good position. Header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Pass somewhat off target. Solar. Rodri. Hullet.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Played out towards the right wing. He is through here. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's managed to get rid. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How would you review the first half?
Hiroshima will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remain calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And we're already back up and running after. Shapes to shoot! Superb goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Terrible error, duly punished.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And it's Messi. Messi powering forward here. Vieira, the man synonymous with solidity. Rummenigge. Oh, that's fabulous. Plenty to aim at here.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Well timed, excellent interception. Van Dijk cuts it out. Platini going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Gerrard. And it's Michel Platini.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, well played, well played. Hoeneß gets rid without sophistication. Threads one in. Dink through. Lovely ball and a chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, that was vital. Pirlo. Messi. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mbappe. And the shot! And it's in! Again, we are level! What a contest!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Leicester looking to pass their way through. Aims beyond the defence. And this is Hullet. And here's Mbappe. Pirlo. And it's Gerrard. Messi. And Messi! Messi! Oh, that is beautiful! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the comeback is complete! What a delicious goal! He's had a shot! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Substitution on the field. Number 7.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Leicester take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Number 18, George Best. Number 30.
While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. It's a really well-measured ball. And he whips it in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Platini. Pirlo. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well read, nice interception. Rodri, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gerrard. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Rodri. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Brilliantly cut out. Pele. And it's Vieira. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Looking here to chip it through. Can he finish? Early ball out from the back. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And he's picked it up out wide. Del Piero. Del Piero! Pele. Passing is crisp and sharp. Bale. Best. Some good work on the right flank here. Climbs up big! And that may well be that. That is that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. So that's got things underway. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone... Up he goes! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Eto'o. Nicely weighted ball. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Can he stop it going out? Thuram has been caught there, it's a foul. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
He can get that clear. Well, they've got it again. And it's Rodri. Great vision. And he can clear it away. Back to the keeper it goes. It's come to nothing. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Hiroshima clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He gets big! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he was quick to react. Ødegaard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Chance! Goal! Barcelona! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition. Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Right, and the finish! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Nicely aimed pass. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Neymar. Now he's got space here, and he was alert to it.
Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
He's in a good... Oh, shooting chance! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Haaland. He's going for goal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. And that pass just didn't quite work. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he cuts out the supply. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That has not gone well. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Pirlo does really well to win the ball there. Looking for the run. João Cancelo. Neymar. Opts for safety. Time and again they are repelled. Now it's Eto'o. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's got... There's the shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 3 coming up. And now they can spring out of defence. We are into overtime. Thinks one through. That's beautifully weighted. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Hiroshima can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Haaland. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He is through. Gets his head on it! Goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Zola. Has a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Chance! And that would have been some goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Vieira. And this is Ibrahimovic. A probing pass. And he's cut it out. Rice. Rodri, that's an untidy challenge, free kick given. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And this is Eto'o, and it's Ødegaard. Can he get it through? He's had a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 96.840.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Rice. Rice goes steaming forward. Shapes to shoot! Oh no, it's an own goal!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage.